Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome to a Star Citizen update. Now, we've had quite a lot of changes that have come over in the latest patch, which is 1.1. The initial launch was a little bit bumpy. There was a few issues along the way. Most of these sort of bugs have actually been fixed now. There was one issue there, which I suppose really it's more of a hardware issue than anything. Star Citizen or RSI didn't have enough servers in particular areas to deal with the load. You could see this as a bad thing, but the good news was that there was a lot more people playing in patch 1.1 and than the previous patches, which is good not only for RSI, but it's good for us as well, because obviously the more people that play, the better the load testing is, so irons out them bugs a little bit easier for us. Some of the things we saw in that patch update in 1.1 was the landing mechanic, which is pretty good. I like the look of it so far, and if you look at my last video you can see me sort of demonstrating that. Part of the upgrade for 1.1 was also to reinstall the whole entire game. It did actually increase in size slightly by about 5 gig as well. I think one of the reasons is RSI wanted to make sure that everyone was on the same playing field. And also, I believe that 64-bit precision's been implemented into the game, although we're not really seeing any dramatic impact by that yet. We're probably more likely going to see that it's probably going to be the most beneficial size is obviously the map size increasing and so on. So it's something to look forward to in upcoming patch updates. The Gladius is now flyable. Seems quite good, needs a little bit of adjusting here and there, but all around a fantastic ship. Once again, if you want to see that landing mechanic and also see it in flight test, I'll leave a link below and you can go and take a look. Some more recent news, we've seen the Aegis Vanguard now, some concept arts that's come out, which is now purchasable. The Vanguard is the United Empire of Earth's dedicated deep space fighter. Bit of a mouthful. So basically what this ship's actually going to be used for in game, it's your long distance fighter. It's obviously got jump drives, it's got the capability to fly longer distance without refueling, so obviously bigger fuel tanks, and it comes with a very capable loadout as well. One of the sacrifices you do have, obviously for the additional weight, which is obviously in fuel and the size, is obviously a little bit of maneuverability. Hard to say how that's actually going to affect the ship's performance at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. It has a maximum crew of 2 people. It has 2 times S2 maximum power plant. The factory power plant says is actually coming soon, so we'll have to wait and see on that. The main engine thrusters, it's got 2 TR4s, which are relatively large actually. It's pretty, so it should be pretty nippy. 12 TR2 maneuver thrusters. Maximum shields of 2. Does seem low, but apparently this ship is going to be very good at taking a beating. So I'm assuming the actual physical hull armor is going to be pretty good. At the front of the ship, for the actual weapon loadout, it's got 1 times S4 Def Ballistic Gatling, which looks absolutely massive. And we know how well the Gatling guns perform at the moment in Star Citizen, so be very excited to give that a crack once we actually get it to fly. A couple of the fixed weapons it has 4 times S2 bearing M4A high-powered lasers. It has 1 man turret as well, and that's 1 times 2 times S2 ballistic repeaters, and also it comes with 2 times 4 times size 2 missiles as well. So all in all, a fantastic loadout. Sort of what you expect to see for sort of a long-range fighter. I must admit the design for the ship looks absolutely fantastic. It looks very stealth-like, and there's quite a lot of animation points on it as well. Now, although this one's not really news, it's sort of my news really, I've been playing around with creating different types of user.conf files. And for the people that don't know, the way the CryEngine works, I think there's a couple of file types that the CryEngine can accept. It's normally game.config or user.config. Now, they're the 2 ones you can actually configure. The stock one you actually get with your game installation is the system config. That's the configuration file that the game needs to launch. So what I've done is I created my own. It's only a small file, but I saw significant improvements for the people that are using Crossfire. I don't know if this is going to help the people out using SLI. I saw increases in game of around about 10 to 15 FPS. I know, pretty impressive. I was quite pleased with that. Like I said, only a small file, but give it a go. And give me your feedback in the comments, or actually you can actually share some of your config settings as well, because I'm up for giving some other ones a go to see if I can get slightly better performance as well. Some other news as well, actually this is not really relating to RSI, but I suppose it does have an impact on it from you, the actual viewers as well, and all my subscribers. YouTube are actually at the moment trialing 4K 60 FPS. I've done some trial runs. It's something that I definitely want to be doing. This is the reason why I went into sort of the depth of playing around my user config to see if I could get a sort of good FPS in 4K, so I could maybe just do a demonstration. It's something I would definitely like to move to. The only reason that I didn't go to 4K before, for the main reason of, if you do 4K previously to the latest update from YouTube, the problem you would get is the 720 and the 1080p would automatically go to 30 FPS, which is obviously no point doing that. So something I'm looking into, guys. Once I've cracked it, I'll put a video out so you can take a look. And hopefully then that way that covers all the audience for the people that are watching in 720, 1080, 1440 and also 4K as well. The next patch update we're probably going to be expecting is going to be 1.1a. I believe RSI are looking into the naming conventions for the patch releases. Now that we've actually moved from Arena Commander, let's say 1.0, and now we're going to Star Citizen 1.1, a lot of people have been commenting on and saying that, yeah, okay, really, it's not really Star Citizen 1.1 really, because obviously the full game's not there. But I see some of the challenges that they would have had if they would have kept obviously the Arena Commander 1.1, because obviously once the FPS module comes out, what are you going to call it then? You can't call it Arena Commander FPS module 1.1. And then when you add another module on that, you know, you may as well just make that call and say, look, let's just call it Star Citizen 1.1. Also, some other news as well, which is coming up in 2.0. We will be able to fly that Retaliator, that fantastic looking ship, in 2.0. So that's pretty much it for the news roundup. We've got a lot to look forward to over the next weeks, months. We've got the FPS module coming up, which looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it just had a sort of a new dynamic to Star Citizen as it stands at the moment, because obviously we've only got the flight mode. And also we'll probably get to start to see some of the sort of EVA mechanics as well, which is going to be interesting, which is going to be a big part inside of Star Citizen, because the EVAing between ships, repairing ships, all that sort of aspect. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.